Over the years, the glittering world of fame has often been shadowed by harrowing tales of tragedy. Behind the smiles and spotlight, some celebrities have met horrifying ends that shook the world. From unsolved mysteries to shocking betrayals, these stories of murder reveal the dark side of fame. Join us as we delve into the grim realities behind these untimely deaths. On June 10, 2016, a night of music and connection turned into an unthinkable nightmare. Christina Grimmie, a rising star with a heart as big as her talent, unknowingly stepped into a tragic fate. Less than an hour after greeting her fans, she was gone. But Christina's story began in 2009, when she started uploading covers of popular songs to YouTube from her bedroom. Her raw talent, combined with her authentic personality, quickly captured hearts. Her cover of Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA catapulted her into viral fame, amassing nearly 900,000 views in no time. By the following year, Christina was among the top 50 most subscribed creators on the platform, a testament to her magnetic presence. Her success opened doors to new opportunities. She appeared on Ellen, collaborated with prominent creators, and even released her own music. But what made Christina stand out wasn't just her voice, it was her humility and love for her supporters. Despite her growing fame, she remained grounded, often saying she didn't see herself as a celebrity. Christina cherished her fans, and meet and greets became her favorite part of performing. These moments of genuine connection defined her as an artist. Tragically, that same openness would lead her into the path of danger. Among her millions of admirers, one fan harbored a dark obsession. Kevin James Loibl, a socially isolated man from St. Petersburg, Florida, lived a life marked by turmoil. His home was described as volatile, and his personal life was shrouded in loneliness. Behind tinfoil-covered windows, he spent his days immersed in video games, forming an unhealthy fixation on Christina. Desperate to gain her attention, Kevin underwent dramatic changes. He lost weight, whitened his teeth, underwent hair restoration procedures, and even had LASIK surgery. But despite his efforts, Christina was completely unaware of his existence. Her heart belonged to her producer, Stephen Razor, with whom she exchanged affectionate messages the very morning of her final concert. The evening of June 10th began like so many others. Christina's powerful voice filled the Plaza Live in Orlando, Florida, as her brother Marcus accompanied her on guitar. The audience was captivated, cheering and singing along. But in the shadows, Kevin stood motionless, wearing a flannel shirt and black cap. Hidden under his jacket were two weapons he had purchased for that night. After the show, Christina stepped into the crowd to meet her fans, a bright smile on her face. She hugged each person who approached, exchanging words of gratitude and joy. For her, this was the most rewarding part of her journey. As Kevin stepped forward, Christina greeted him with the same warmth, offering a hug. In that instant, he pulled out a firearm and fired multiple shots at close range. The room erupted in chaos. Marcus, standing nearby, acted without hesitation, tackling Kevin to the ground in a desperate attempt to stop him. But before he could be subdued, Kevin turned the gun on himself, ending his life. Christina was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Fans, friends, and family clung to hope, but it wasn't enough. 35 minutes later, the devastating announcement was made. Christina Grimmie had passed away. The shock reverberated around the world. Christina's vibrant spirit, once a beacon of light for so many, had been extinguished in a senseless act of violence. Adam Levine, her mentor on The Voice, personally offered to cover funeral expenses. Selena Gomez broke down during a tribute performance, unable to finish her song. The music industry and fans alike mourned the loss of a truly unique soul. In the aftermath, outrage grew over the lack of security at the venue. Bag checks were cursory, and no measures were in place to detect weapons. Just days before the event, the venue's management had been entirely replaced, leaving an inexperienced team to handle safety protocols. But the ultimate blame lay with the man who had planned and carried out this horrific act. Christina's family and fans gathered to celebrate her life, reading one of her tweets aloud. "Sometimes God allows terrible things to happen in your life, and you don't know why." Her mother would later succumb to cancer, and the two now rest side by side. Even now, years after her passing, Christina's voice continues to resonate. Her life, though tragically cut short, remained a symbol of kindness, humility, and the enduring impact of genuine artistry. As Christina's story comes to a close, we're reminded of how dreams and devotion can sometimes collide with unforeseen darkness. But not all stories of tragedy take place in intimate moments like meet and greets. Some unfold in the streets, under the glaring sun, in neighborhoods teeming with life. Stay with us as we shift to the vibrant yet challenging world of Los Angeles, where a visionary rapper turned his pain into purpose, only to meet a fate that sent shockwaves through the globe. This is the story of Nipsey Hussle, a tale of hope, resilience, and heartbreaking loss that will leave you inspired yet shaken. In the Crenshaw district of Los Angeles, a neighborhood alive with energy and struggle, Nipsey Hussle rose as a beacon of hope. Born in 1985, he grew up in a broken yet supportive family, with his parents living only minutes apart. His older brother Sam, known as Black Sam, was a pivotal figure in his life. From an early age, Nipsey immersed himself in music, inspired by the dream of signing a record deal. Despite setbacks and detours into street life, his determination to succeed remained unshaken. Nipsey's journey was marked by resilience and ambition. He began hustling at a young age, shining shoes and selling candy, all while dreaming of making music. By his teenage years, he had recorded his first song and formed a rap group. Eventually, he adopted the moniker Nipsey Hussle, a name reflecting his relentless drive to succeed. Though Nipsey became entangled in gang culture, he always envisioned a greater purpose for himself. His time in the streets taught him valuable lessons, but also exposed him to dangers that threatened his life. It was a trip to his father's homeland that shifted his perspective. Witnessing the harsh realities of life in Eritrea, Nipsey realized the privilege and responsibility he had to uplift his community. Back in Los Angeles, he poured his earnings into building a studio and founded his label, Slauson Boys. His early mixtapes, including Bullets Ain't Got No Names, gained local traction and eventually led to collaborations with prominent artists like Snoop Dogg and Drake. Nipsey's entrepreneurial spirit extended beyond music. He opened businesses in his neighborhood, including the iconic Marathon clothing store, solidifying his role as a community leader. March 31, 2019, was a day that would forever change the narrative of Nipsey's life. That morning, he headed to his store to help a recently released friend. It was a typical day, filled with interactions and photos with fans. At 2:52 p.m., Nipsey posted a cryptic tweet. "Having strong enemies is a blessing." No one could have foreseen how chillingly prophetic these words would become. Shortly after, a man approached Nipsey outside the Marathon store and opened fire. The assailant fled the scene, leaving Nipsey critically wounded. He was struck multiple times, including a fatal shot to the back of his head. Despite efforts to save him, Nipsey was pronounced dead at 33 years old. The neighborhood that he had spent years revitalizing was now the site of his tragic end. The news of Nipsey's murder sent shockwaves through the world. Tributes poured in from fans, celebrities, and political leaders alike. Vigils sprang up across Los Angeles as the community mourned the loss of not just a musician but a visionary leader. Nipsey's death highlighted the violence that often claims lives in marginalized communities, sparking widespread calls for change. In the weeks following his passing, the streets of Crenshaw transformed into a living memorial. Murals depicting Nipsey's likeness appeared on walls, while fans gathered to celebrate his life and legacy. His funeral, held at the Staples Center, drew thousands, including figures like Snoop Dogg and Stevie Wonder. The procession through South Los Angeles mirrored a hero's farewell, with crowds chanting, "The marathon continues," a testament to Nipsey's enduring impact. Even in death, Nipsey Hussle's influence persisted. His investments in the community, such as the Vector 90 co-working space and his advocacy for economic empowerment, became symbols of his mission. Nipsey's music, particularly his Grammy-nominated album Victory Lap, continued to inspire, reaching new audiences and earning accolades. Nipsey's story is one of triumph and tragedy, a reflection of the complexities of life in South Los Angeles. His death underscored the fragility of progress, but also ignited a movement to preserve his vision. Today, Nipsey Hussle is remembered not just as a rapper, but as a pioneer, a philanthropist, and a symbol of resilience. His legacy lives on, proving that while the man may be gone, the marathon truly continues. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more from Horrendous Horror.